Today, we look at a tomb within which a Lich resides, the dragon priest, Hevnoraak, held back by the power of a valiant warrior by the name of Valdar. Located in the arse end of the lower southwest portion of the map, this dungeon is an easy one to miss. However, without the mask of the priest within, one cannot collect them all. So let us venture inside and hear the tale of the dragon priest Hevnoraak.
Leave, stranger. Evil stirs in this place. I fear for the security of the very land if it should break free. We stand at the tomb of Hevnoraak, who has been dead for many generations. I fear, however, that his return may be at hand. I have been holding him here. While he regains strength, however, I am fading. By now, I can barely contain his power, much less defeat him if he awakens. But with the help of a living champion, I may be able to succeed. You would do this? 3 vessels in the tomb below hold the power to vanquish Hevnoraak. Before anything else, we need those. Bring them to me, but be careful, mortal. They are guarded by Hevnoraak's minions. They will stop at nothing to see their master return. With those 3 vessels, Hevnoraak can restore himself. He had a way of enthralling people, and built up a loyal army of followers. Good men fell under his spell, and were forever twisted, made evil. After that, fear was enough to keep them in line. He could torture and humiliate them, and they would not rebel. Even in death, they serve him still. Hevnoraak planned his resurrection obsessively before dying. My duty in life and in death is to make sure he stays in this tomb for eternity. Find the 3 vessels within Valthume, then return to me. With these, we can defeat him.
Entering these unholy grounds, we must pass through a great door, one that you may not have seen the likes of before. We enter a chamber, clearly built to signify the importance of the undead bastard entombed within. Valdar will await us in the centre until we return with the vessels that house the self of Hevnoraak, who surely rested his whole on the throne before us. Be mindful of the corridor ahead, as a big log is poised to cave your fucking head in. The enthralled servants of Hevnoraak await us from here on out, as well as many riches and spoils. In the next room, you can encounter the spirit of Hevnoraak, who will make eye contact with you and then float away like the ethereal arsehole he is. In a room located to the left here, we encounter what was surely one of many tortures that were performed in this tomb. A small cave of spiders can be found, with people still wrapped up and lining the walls. However, it's the room at the end that interests us. Within are many skeletons, and a vial of paralysis poison. I believe they were rendered immobile and then thrown in here to be slowly eaten alive by the spiders who called this place home. Inside the opposite doorway and to the left, a fire trap is encountered, and after this, the first vessel. It is located just to the left here, and guarded by a Draugr Deathlord, so watch yourself. Directly opposite, we encounter a long and overgrown passageway, which brings us to what at first glance seems like a dining area. However, given what else is in the room, it would be a pretty fucked up one. Dotting the walls, or laying in piles, we see the shattered and shackled remains of the poor saws that Hevnoraak made an example of. Why he did, bar to terrify others into following him, is unknown, but it is most likely because he was a sick weirdo. Now we enter the Valthume catacombs. The first area we come to is large, open, and covered in cobwebs. This once again shows us how much of a fetish Hevnoraak had for spiders, as dotted around the area are the manacled victims of their feastings. Though, since most spiders liquefy their victims, I am not sure why there are still any bones. Above you lurks a fat bastard of a spider. However, as long as you either disarm the trap in the chest, or do not open it, he will not attack you. After this, you will have to progress through several traditional Nord burial chambers, where many Draugr, all presumably under the enthrallment of Hevnoraak, await you. They range in levels from simple Draugr to the stronger, fiercer of their kind, so keep your head in a swivel, or they will bury a fucking axe in it. The second opaque vessel is located straight ahead, and the gates are raised, so you will have to use the lever to the right. Inside you will see 3 crystals. They are in fact a fire trap, so take them if you want to disarm them. The opaque vessel is located straight ahead, on the altar. Around the corner and to the right, you will find a scorched skeleton on the ground, a victim of the fire trap, and most likely forced to walk through it if the rest of the stuff in this place is anything to go on. You must once again pass through a burial chamber, though this one has a trap that you can utilise and turn on the Draugr. Next is a room in which the greatest of Hevnoraak's men were most likely entombed, as they all get very large sarcophagi. After this you will proceed into a long corridor with a combination door at the end, and the iron dragon claw lying on a pedestal. The combination for the door is dragon, hawk, wolf. Be careful of the claw as, when interacted with, it will trigger the fire trap. In the next room, a large number of high-level Draugr will have to be dealt with, and the last vessel lies straight ahead. When you take it, the spikes will be lowered, allowing access to the word wall and the chest within. The word wall translates as, "On this sacred ground did Fredo sacrifice her life, so that her many children could escape and someday vanquish her enemy." After this, the passageway will lead you to the other side of the locked door at the start of Valthume. Now, bring Valder the vessels and learn some more about Hevnoraak.
You found the vessels. I was worried that I had sent you to your death. In life, Hevnoraak drained his own blood from his body. His goal was to transfer his power back into himself after death, becoming a powerful Lich. The vessels contain that very blood. Empty them, and you remove any chance he has of regaining his former powers. More dangerous than you know. Left alone, however, he will awaken when he has grown too powerful to be stopped. This is the only way to be sure. Very well. Empty the vessels into the sconce near the throne. Then sit in the throne. When you have done so, I will unbind Hevnoraak. He will awaken in a weakened state, but the Lich is still to be reckoned with. Be ready.
So Valder is going to let us handle this all by ourselves. But it's okay. It'll be fine. So we take some weird prayer stance, and then we get to stick the blood in the sconce. And is accompanied by some next-gen water mechanics. You can in fact direct a follower to sit in the chair, and you can take up a better position to kill Hevnoraak. Once you sit down, you will get a brief light show, and Hevnoraak will arise from his resting place. Now you need to send him back to fuck. The best way to do this is to take shelter behind the sconce. It will protect you from damage, and if you stay long enough, you'll become hidden, allowing for some sneak attacks. Once vanquished, speak to Valder. He is believed to have gone to Sovngarde, but he cannot be found there, oddly enough.
Thank you, hero. Now, I may finally rest. Take Hevnoraak's iron mask. It may be of use to you, and serve as some reward for your feat here.
Now you can loot the corpse of the vanquished dragon priest and obtain both his mask and his awesome staff. This is it. One brave Nord stood up against the wrath of a dragon priest. One Nord chose to stop the resurrection of an evil that by all rights should have been laid to rest an age ago. But we have ended it. A dragon priest that drew pleasure from the torture and enthrallment of others is dead by our hand. A vile individual who planned for life after death before he was done living the one he had then. His blood was encased in these vessels, and by forcing his hand, by forcing his resurrection now, we rendered him vulnerable and helped a good soul pass on into glory. This is the end of the episode. You reached it. Here, have a metaphysical high five. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave some feedback in the comments section below. If you have any suggestions for future content, I would love to hear them. Or just to hear you talking to me in general, because it's pretty good crack. If you want to talk to me on a more regular and or personal and or quicker level, follow me on Twitter at thenthapple. If you want to get regular updates to my content, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a like? And if you want to let other people see it and help me grow, I always appreciate shares, because sharing is caring. And as always, I hope I will see you in my next episode. And goodbye.